graduated from Rowan University in the spring of 2022 with a sports communication and media degree. I got to actually call minor league baseball and G League basketball games while I was in school. And then I graduated, and as soon as I graduated, I went to NFL Films in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. And as much as I loved that experience, I miss putting on the headsets. I decided, you know what, talk is cheap. I have a laptop that's in my house, and so 21 months later, here we are, still on YouTube, calling games and building an incredible, loving community on here with the people that I call my Philly freaks with a capital P and a capital H. We go live for every single Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles game, and we do it like old school radio play-by-play style. I'm Jason Joseph, and this is Play-by-Play with JJ.
I showed a swung on, barreled it out to right field. Bye-bye baseball.
That baby is long gone.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome on into another edition of Phillies Play-by-Play with JJ. Hopefully you're all doing well and having yourselves a very fantastic day. My name is Jason Joseph. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and make sure that you turn on those notification bell icons too, and that way you will know when we do go live for Phillies, Sixers, and Eagles content. That's what we do on this channel. We do the live play-by-plays. We also do podcasts on here as well. So the Phillies are taking on the Colorado Rockies for the fourth and final game of this series. This is also the last game that they are playing against the Rockies this year. And so they are looking to complete a 4-game sweep. They've been putting up runs in this series left and right. They had 9 in Game 1, 7 in Game 2, and 9 in Game 3, which was last night. And so hopefully they can just continue to pick up where they left off last night and get another win and go on to be 32-18 in their 50th game. Let's talk about the pitching matchups today. It'll be German Marquez going up against Ranger Suarez. Marquez has a 8.78 ERA and just has a 1-6 record this year. The last time that he pitched, he went 3 innings. He gave up 5 earned runs against the Arizona Diamondbacks. Didn't give up any homers, but he did allow 3 walks and only had 1 strikeout. He's now 30 years old, and command has just been a problem for him. He has not been consistent with that at all this year, and he's not getting a lot of strikeouts either. In the past, he did have a lot of really good strikeout, like swing and miss stuff. And this year, it really has not been the case. The outing before that, he had 2 strikeouts in 7 innings. And then he had 3 strikeouts and 4 in the third. 1 strikeout and 5 in the third. It's really not, his velocity is down. His pitches have been pretty flat when he leaves pitches out over the middle of the plate. And so hopefully the Phillies will take advantage of him this afternoon and get that 4-game sweep. So, it's just announced that the Orioles Red Sox game was postponed. Really? Well, I guess that I'll have to change the redirect because that's not going to be the case. Huh. That's good to know. What are your final score predictions? Let me know down below. What do you think that the Phillies' final score of this game is going to be? I'm going to go 8-3 Phillies. 8-3 is my final score prediction. And my MVP of this game, my standout star, my standout player that I'm going to go with today is Max Kepler. I think Kepler today is going to go 2 for 4 and get at least 1 double. I'm going to write this down. 2 for 4 for Kepler with 1 double. With a double. And so that's what I'm going to go with today. But let me know what you guys think down below. I know it's an early one today, but make sure you guys hit the thumbs up button and hit that subscribe button as well. I am getting some yard work done, so you may be hearing some noises in the background. Hopefully that's not loud. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. And yes, let's get in some baseball. Always wanted to be a sports announcer at ESPN or something. Unfortunately, that didn't last long, but I actually do some PA announcing at our local high school. That's so cool. PA announcing is fun. I've done it before. It's a really, really cool gig. That's awesome. What's good? 4-2 Phillies, says Lou. Think we don't get as many hits after the last few days, but just take care of business and win. Just like Bachman Turner Overdrive, right? PJ! What's up, PJ? How are you? I got the Blue Rocks hat on today, but I'm rocking the Philly sweater. You know what I'm saying? I have to support the Blue Rocks. Shout out to the Wilmington Blue Rocks. That's where this whole thing started, at Rowan University, and we partnered with the Blue Rocks and the Blue Coats. And that was really cool. Very, very cool opportunities. So, showing them some love today, because why not? Why not? Georgia fan says, I'm going to go 6-1 Phillies. That's not a bad score at all whatsoever. I mean, is there really such thing as a bad score if you have them win? I don't really think so, but 6-1 is a good score. I like that. Search says, I'm going to go 5-4 Phillies. Ooh, he's saying it's going to be closer. It's going to be a closer game. But also, that could also mean, well, the Phillies could be up 5-0, and then the bullpen could just make it close. You know, so it doesn't necessarily mean, well, it's going to be close the whole game. They could get like their 5 runs in the first inning and just clock in and clock out, and then all of a sudden, the bullpen just doesn't do its job and barely hangs on. So that's fine. This is good for me, JJ. I just got off of work. Well, good for you, man. Good for you. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday, everybody. And this standout player is going to be Bryce Harper. Joe! What's up, Joe? 11-4 Phillies and Rockies. PJ says I'm going to go 7-3 Phillies. I'm going to go with that 4-run differential. David, what's going on, man? What's up, Denbrew? What's up, guys? Let's get that sweep today. How about that? Yeah, how about those Knicks? How about those Knicks? How about those Pacers, though? The Pacers had to be... Everybody wants to say that the Knicks choked. And to be honest with you, a little bit they did, but the Pacers needed everything to go their way to win that game. They had to be perfect down that stretch. But that's not here or there. Let's get that win today for Philadelphia. In the league, we had a person picked to announce the game. It was in the upper Moreland. I used to try my best. It was a good lesson. Good learning experience for a little kid, as I was 9 years old at the time. Around 9 years old. That's really cool, man. That's sick. All right, Phillies starting lineup. Let's get on into it right now. Bryson Stott will be batting in the leadoff spot. Trey Turner is batting second. Bryce Harper hitting third. Kyle Schwarber batting in the cleanup spot. And right behind him, it'll be Nick Castellanos, Max Kepler, Alec Bohm, Brandon Marsh, and Rafael Marchand. And they're going up against German Marquez, who again has an 8.78 ERA and 40 innings of work. He has not had the strikeout stuff that he's had in the years past. He's 30 years old, 6 feet 1 inch tall, and 230 pounds, 21 strikeouts on the season, which is a huge low for him. He has a four-seamer, a sinker, a knuckle curve, a slider, and a changeup. And that knuckle curve, I mean, hitters are still batting .227 against it, but the sinker, which was so effective for a couple of seasons, it has been not so effective this year. Batters are hitting .328 against that pitch in particular. All right, so again, Stott, Turner, Harper, Schwarber, Castellanos, Kepler, Bohm, Marsh, and Marchand are all in the lineup today. The last time that he pitched against the Phillies, it was on March 31st. He went 6 innings, didn't give up a run, 4 hits, and 4 strikeouts on just 83 pitches. And so here's Bryson Stott batting in the leadoff spot. The first pitch is wide for a ball. Stott did not play in last night's game. He had the night off. Here's the 1-0 delivery. That's a strike on the upper third of the zone. Jonathan Parra is behind the plate. Ron Kolpa's at first. Corey Blazers at second. And Manny Gonzalez is the third base umpire. The 1-1 pitch. And Stott is going to loop this one out over towards right center field. On the run, though, is Doyle. And he'll make the grab. One away. On the defensive side of the diamond for the Rockies, German Marquez on the mound. Jacob Stallings catching behind the plate. Kyle Farmer's at first. Aaron Schunk is at second. Ezequiel Tavares at short. And Ryan McMahon is the third baseman. Get to the outfielders in just a few moments. It's the first pitch to Trey Turner. It's a little bit inside, but it's called strike one. In left field for the Rockies, it's Jordan Beck. The center fielder is Brenton Doyle. And Tyler Freeman is out in right. 0-1 delivery, swing and a miss. Hunter Goodman is DHing for the Rockies this afternoon. 0-2 pitch to Trey. Fly ball hit out over towards left field. Beck will track it down as he maneuvers towards his left side. Stops, waits for it, and makes the grab. 6 pitches, 2 outs. And Bryce Harper is up next. Rockies are in their white and black pinstripes. Black letters on both the front and the back, as well as the numbers. Pitch to Harper. Fly ball hit out over towards left field. And this will be caught for out number 3. It was a sinking line drive by Bryce Harper, but just right at the left fielder. And so 1-2-3 go the Phils. And we're heading to the bottom of the first inning. No score. Don't forget to like and subscribe. 8 more subs till we get to 58 hundo. Vigilant Tracker says, I'm feeling a 7-5 victory today for the Phillies. That's good. That sounds great. I like that. 7-5. 333 Step. What's up? What's up, man? How's my fellow freaks? Everybody's doing pretty good. We got an early one today. It's a weird time. I know it's West Coast time, or not West Coast, sorry. It's Mountain time, but, you know, it's good. Josue. Is that how you say that? Josu? Josu, thanks so much for subscribing. Way to not worth the pitcher at all this inning. Wow. I feel like you could actually get a job as a MLB play-by-play radio announcer. Thank you, Georgia fan. I really do appreciate that. I love what I do on here. I mean, I treat it like it's a radio style. Except I interact with you guys, which I really do enjoy. I like that part of it. It's like I'm doing 4 different things at once. And I am doing 4 different things at once. Watching the game, keeping stats, talking to you guys, and calling the game. And also looking at social media. And getting my sound effects in place. So we're a one-man show. You know? It's pretty cool. It's fun. And I have a blast. But thank you so much for the compliment, dude. Jordan Beck is going to be leading it off for the Colorado Rockies. We are in the bottom of the first. Ranger Suarez is on the hill for Philadelphia. And the left-handed pitcher kicks, delivers, and it's down for a ball. Just 1-3 in my name, JJ. How you doing, dude? I'm up. I'm doing good. It's always a good day when we got sports on. And I get to see you guys. 1-0 pitch. It's in there for strike one. It's a sinker at 90 miles per hour. Again, the Rockies lineup, it'll be Beck, Tavar, Goodman, McMahon, Doyle, Freeman, Farmer, Schunk, and Stallings. The pitch. Fly ball hit out towards center field. Marsh takes 2 steps back and waits for it and makes the grab. That was pretty fast. Let's try to do that again. So batting in the leadoff spot for the Rockies, it's Jordan Beck. Ezekiel Tavares batting second. Third is Hunter Goodman. Fourth is Ryan McMahon. Then it's Brenton Doyle, Tyler Freeman, Kyle Farmer, Aaron Schunk, and Jacob Stallings. I do score book. Keep. Yes. Of course. That's how I remember things. And I keep my own score too. That's what a lot of broadcasters do. I mean, a lot of the broadcasters keep score because it helps them keep track of certain things. Here's the pitch. This one's popped up out over towards right field. Castellanos gives it a look as it's slicing out of play. And he'll find the seats. On the defensive side of the diamond for the Phillies, we'll introduce their characters. Rafael Marchand's catching. On the hill, it's Ranger Suarez. In the infield, he got Bryce at first, Stott at second, Turner at short, and Bohm at third. The 0-1 delivery, swing and a miss. Good cutter thrown by Ranger. Tavares in the batter's box. The ball's 2 strikes. And here's the 0-2. And Tavares almost got fooled, but he stays alive and fouls off the curve. In the outfield for the Phillies, they got Max Kepler in left, Brandon Marsh in center, and the right fielder is Nick Castellanos. The windup and the pitch, and it's taken for a ball as Tavares says no thank you to the curve. Bottom of the first, no score, 1 out. And Suarez kicks and fires. The 1-2 is high and away. Tavares just in his career against Ranger, 1 for 7. The 2-2 pitch from Suarez, and what was an 0-2 count is now a full count. Phillies game isn't the only one going on right now. The Blue Jays currently lead the Padres 4-2 in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the payoff pitch on the way. Swing and a miss. Ranger Suarez with his first strikeout of the ball game. That was a curveball that was tailing inside, just below the knees, and Tavares got absolutely fooled. And so Hunter Goodman is going to step up to the plate. He's been the best hitter on this Rockies team. First pitch, a curveball that's in there at the knees for strike 1. He's just 2 for 13, though, in this series. He did have an RBI single in the 9th inning of last night. 0-1's popped up. It's hit out over towards shallow center field. And Stott gets under it, makes the grab, and the inning is over. And so we're going to the top of the second. 4, 5, and 6 due up in the batting order for the Phils. Think we need our own share remote? Yeah, somebody wants to work on that for me. That'd be cool. I would like to have our own share remote. I'd like to get more members. The only way that we get more emotes is if we get members. And if you guys want to become a member, it's right over here. Memberships. It's right here. It's $2.99 a month. That's it. It's $2.99. Hold up. Membership. Is that going to do it? Can somebody else try it? There it is. Okay, there we go. Join the membership. There it is. $2.99 a month. Join the Philly Freak family. There's the link. That's all it is. There's my members. Welcome, members. Yes, sir. Philly Freaks. Time did the T-Wolves and the Thunder play? They play at 8:30. Cool. Very cool. Blue Jays and Padres. It's 4-2. Toronto. Blue Jays put up 14 runs and shut out the Padres last night. It's pretty wild. How about Cody Clemens again for the Twins? Just walking it off. He's been a good addition ever since the Phillies traded him for Minnesota. Here's the pitch to Schwarber. Line drive, base hit out to left center field. And so Kyle Schwarber gets on with a leadoff single as the ball takes about 2 bounces in front of Brenton Doyle. And Kyle Schwarber starts the second inning off with a good swing. The Castellanos is going to be up next. He's 5 for 13 in this series with a pair of RBI. First pitch in the dirt and a good block by Stallings. He's lifetime 5 for 12 against German Marquez with a pair of doubles and a homer. And the 1-0 fly ball hit out over towards deep left field. That's going back over towards the track, and a leaping catch by Jordan Beck. And there's the out. Schwarber has to go back over to first base. The throw was cut off at second, and the throw back to first is in time, and Schwarber gets doubled up. That's a 7-3 double play, and a nice play by Jordan Beck. Not such good base running by Kyle Schwarber. He thought that was going to at least go over his head. That's a good play, really, for Beck to be able to go back over towards the track and jump up to catch that. He's smiling. That's a 7-6-3 double play, actually, as it was cut off by the shortstop. Here's the pitch to Kepler, and he pulls this one towards the first base side. It's played on a hop and taken to the bag is Kyle Farmer. And so there's the inning. The top of the second inning is done just like that within the blink of an eye. We're going to the bottom of the second. Rockies are coming back up. Okay. Oh, the Rockies can do that, says Georgia fan. Another blunder running. Not really mad about it. Why was he not so good for us? He wasn't really going to get a playing opportunity with the Phillies. He just wasn't. Harper was over at first. Stott was at second. He was never going to get a starting role. And now he is. And good for him. That's what happens sometimes when you're on a team that has championship aspirations and they have those positions filled. And again, really nice catch by Jordan Beck out in left field. The redirect wasn't meant to be, JJ. We got washed out. Yeah, I saw that. But thanks anyway. Yeah. I know. I saw that as soon as we hopped on, and I said, darn it. Damn. Well, whatever. Guess I'll have to... Who else should I do? I mean, I guess if Steelers doing the Braves game, or Dixon Way is doing the Braves game, I guess I could do them. Max is doing the Yankees game now. PAS is not on tonight. So, I'll figure something out. All right, so we're in the bottom of the second inning. Folks, go follow BW, by the way. If you guys want really good Orioles content, that's the guy. First pitch to Ryan McMahon. It's outside for a ball. 1-0 pitch from Ranger Suarez. And it misses outside again. McMahon just hitting 206. He got the final out in last night's game as he grounded out to Carlos Hernandez. The 2-0 delivery. That one's off target again. 3 pitches that were out of the zone. Bryant is 4 for 10 against Ranger Suarez lifetime. The 3-0 pitch. And finally, there's a strike. Oh, good, my friend. I got a wacky weekend schedule coming up, so I'm going to go back to bed. Have a good call. You too. You too, BW. Have a good weekend, man. We'll see you on. 3-1, swing and a miss. We got a wacky schedule, too. We got some 10 o'clock games. Gonna need some coffee. We are. We're gonna need some coffee. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Suarez gets the signs from Rafael Marchand. Kicks, fires. This one's grounded towards the right side. Stott gets to it, picks it up, throws it over to first, and 1 away. Well, after being down in the count 3-0, Ranger Suarez battled back. And that'll bring up Brenton Doyle, the center fielder. What's up, Scott? How are you, my friend? It's good to see you. The pitch to Doyle, fly ball hit out over towards right field. Castellanos is on the run over towards the line, and he cannot make the catch. It's a fair ball. The screen froze for a second. Rounding second, heading over to third base is Brenton Doyle. The throw is going to be cut off at second base. And Brenton Doyle gets on with a 1-out triple. The TV screen froze for a second, and I couldn't tell if it was going to drop or not, and it just barely stayed fair. And Castellanos tried to catch it, and he ran right on into the wall, and the ball skipped by him. So a 1-out triple, and Tyler Freeman is up at the plate. Infield playing in, over on the left side. And the pitch to Freeman upstairs. Tyler is 3 for 8 in this series so far. Just hitting .217 though on the season. And the 1-0, it's grounded over to shortstop. Turner checks the runner at third and then throws it over to first. And gets the easy out there. So the runner, Doyle, stays put. Seven more subs, folks. Here's the pitch. This one's popped up. It's hit out over towards shallow center field. Marsh says, I got it. Jogs on in towards the plate. Stops and makes the grab. And so a 1-out triple by Brenton Doyle. And nothing else to it. We're heading to the third inning. No score between the Phillies and the Rockies. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back on into Phillies play-by-play with JJ. My name is Jason Joseph. Make sure you guys hit the like button. And hit the subscribe button as well. Al Bohm is going to lead it off here in the top of the third inning. Here's the windup and the pitch, and Marquez throws it inside for ball one. So far, the Phillies just have one hit, and the Rockies just have one hit. No runs to put up for it. 1-0 delivery, foul ball. You too, 3-3 step. One, up high and inside for ball two. Two one pitch. It's in the dirt for ball three. Bohm is just batting .250 against the Rockies in 27 games. He has homered 4 times, though, and has scored 13 runs. 3-1 pitch. He was looking to take his base, but home plate umpire says that was a strike. Marquez was 16 pitches already. And the 3-2 pitch, that's just inside, but it's a called strike 3. And Bohm does not agree with the call. His pitch track says that that was inside. And it was. Now, to be fair, Stallings did a pretty good job at framing that pitch and selling the call. It's Brandon Marsh who'll pull this or hit this one over towards third base. Sliding stop by the third baseman McMahon to throw over to first. It was a little bit off the line, but Marsh is tagged out. Good pick at first base by Kyle Farmer. And there's 2 away. Man with a sliding stop, he had to spin and turn and throw it over to first, and Farmer just able to tag out Brandon Marsh. He got hurt on the play. He tagged him right by the waist, or right on the waist. He said, ouch. Rafael Marchand's up next. Phillies have only gotten 1 hit so far. And that was a leadoff single in the second inning by Kyle Schwarber. There's a 95-mile-per-hour heater. That's on the outside edge for strike 1 to Rafael Marchand. No balls, 1 strike. Marquez gets set and delivers. Swing and a miss. Phillies have been off balance today. 0-2 to Marchand. That time it's not as deceptive as the previous pitch. And Marchand takes in the dirt. Rockies' defense has been pretty good, though, in this game. 1-2 pitch. That's fouled away. Colorado is 5-19 at home. They've gotten 3 wins on the road this year and 22 losses away from Coors Field. Marquez with his 23rd pitch, and he throws it high for ball 2. Darth. What's up, Darth? 2 balls, 2 strikes. And here's the next pitch. This is bounced over towards the first base bag. It's fair. But the first baseman, Farmer, picks it up and tags the bag for the third and final out. 3 up, 3 down. We're going to the bottom of the third. No score out at Coors Field. Boy, is that a gorgeous view that they're showing us on NBC Sports Philadelphia. Shout out to their camera crew and to their broadcasting crew as well. Folks, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and turn on the notification bell icons too. We go live for every Sixers, Eagles, and, of course, Phillies game. We do it all. And we do it for you guys. Had to take off the hat. I think that might make a difference. Bottom of the third. Quick one so far. 8, 9, and 1 due up in the batting order for Colorado. Here's the first pitch. It's rolled over towards shortstop. Turner has it, throws it over to first, and there's one away. Excuse me. Happy to see you guys. Guys, how many likes do we have? And how many people are tuning on in? We are 4 subscribers away from getting the 5,800. Oh, we are so close. We are so close. Here's Jacob Stallings hitting just a $141 on the season in 24 games. And the first pitch that he takes is in there for strike one. He's 35 years old now. Hard to believe. Oh, one pitch. And there's a fly ball hit out towards right field. Castellanos is on the run and makes the grab for the second out of the inning. The run a long ways for him. And didn't slide and gave it his all. Stallings has not homered since September 15th of 2024. That was against the Cubs. Up to bat is Jordan Beck as we flip the lineup card. And the pitch from Ranger is outside. How many likes do we have, folks? We have 141 people tuning on in. Not bad for an afternoon game. And the 1-0 delivery is upstairs. Let's get to 100 likes. We're at 72. We're halfway, almost halfway there. Let's hit 200. 2 balls, no strikes. And the next pitch, swing and a miss. That cutter was at 87 miles per hour. Suarez with 28 pitches and 2 2/3. The 2-1 pitch. This one's popped out over towards center field, and Marsh is on the run. Can't make the catch. He'll drop in for a hit. He barehand caught it on the bounce. And it's a bloop single for Jordan Beck. That's the second hit surrendered by Ranger. The fact that he didn't get his glove on it, I thought it was kind of weird. Thought that he could just catch it on the bounce with a bare hand. I've never really seen that a lot from outfielders. Here's a line drive base hit out to right field, and rounding second, heading over to third base will be Jordan Beck. And that'll put runners at the corners, back-to-back singles on back-to-back pitches. And Hunter Goodman is going to be up next. Well, this pitch was just left out over the middle of the plate. Looked like it was a slider that was supposed to go down, and it just sort of flattened out. Here's Goodman with the sunglasses hitting on the right side. And Ranger throws it back to first to keep Tavar in check. Where are you guys tapping in from? Let us know down below. I know that we got people working today. 2 outs. Runners at the corners. And the pitch to Goodman. Fouls that one back behind home plate. Tell your colleagues about us. Tell your boss about us. And spread that word. The ball is one strike. And here's the 0-1. It's down and away. Nas Lemoore, California. Is that how you say it? Hampshire, UK. Shout out to the UK. And shout out to California as well. We're going worldwide. Love it. 1-1 pitch. Foul ball again. Goodman is hitting .386 this year with runners in scoring position. And he has driven in 22 runs. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hunter Goodman. And time called. A very flooded Sydney, Australia. Stay safe. Please. And Suarez, get out of the jam. Here's the 1-2 delivery. It's just outside, but it's a called strike 3. And Goodman can't believe it. That pitch was outside, and Ranger got the call. Wow. And we are heading to the top of the 4th. It's wild. It's just going to be that type of day behind the plate for the Blue. The pitch was at least a couple of inches off. That was a pretty egregious call. And it even took me a few seconds because I couldn't believe that was called a strike. But nonetheless, we're going to the 4th inning, and the top of the lineup is due up in the batting order for the Phillies. Destiny Legardo just said, holy crap, that was a terrible call. Of course, Destiny Legardo, writer for Phillies Nation. You should go check her out. She's really good. As we go to the 4th inning, yes, today is Thursday. Today is Thursday. Crazy to think that today is Thursday. Have you guys been to any games this year? If so, which game was your favorite? And if you haven't been to any games this year, what was your favorite baseball game to watch this year? Talking about this year. We're in the top of the 4th, and Bryson Stott is up. Flied out to center in his first at-bat. And the windup and the pitch from Marquez. It's a little bit high, but it's a called strike. And Stott shakes his head. The ball is 1 strike. And the next pitch was just a hair down. The Phillies have outscored the Rockies this season. In this series alone, they've outscored them 25-12. Here's the pitch, ground ball, hit over to shortstop. It's bobbled by Tovar. He picks it up, throws it over to first, and Stott is safe. He just beats it out. I think it took a weird bounce for Tovar. It was not what he anticipated. He's looking at the scouting report now and shakes his head. Poppy Chulo says, I'm tuning in for Virginia. What's up, Poppy? Here comes Trey Turner. He's one of the top leaders in a batting average in the National League. The pitch, swing and a miss. I went to Tuesday's game, says Turquass. Couldn't pass up an $11.70 ticket. Ooh, that sounds good. You went to Tuesday's game. That's awesome. Out in Colorado? The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch is in the dirt. The throw to second base to get Stott. Safe! Bryson Stott swipes another bag, and he's in scoring position. Second base bag came out for a second, and the second base umpire has some work to do. They got to swivel it back in, and they do. Good job, though, by Bryson Stott. He got a good jump and was able to get his left hand in there. Third class says, yeah. The second base bag came up as he stole the bag. 1-1 to Trey Turner, swing and a miss. John Richards. What's up, John? Tuning in from Womelsdorf. Is that how you say it? Womelsdorf? Bryson Stott is so strong that the second base bag came up after he swiped it. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and Trey Turner goes golfing. Wrong sport, Trey. Pitch was in the dirt. He literally stole second base. That'll bring up Bryce Harper. 31 total pitches for German Marquez, and Harper's going to line this one down the left field line. That's a fair ball. Stott's going to be rounding third. The left fielder gets over to it. The throw will be made over to second, and Harper slides in there safely, and Stott comes home. 1-0 Philadelphia. Harper just hit a laser past McMahon. It was just out of reach. And he was aggressive on the bases. Here's Kyle Schwarber at the plate. Marquez stares back at second base, and the pitch is outside for ball one. Doug says, let's go. We need more on the board. I like that. More on the board. Schwarber singled back in the second. And here's the 1-0 delivery. And it catches the knees. It's a changeup. The count is tied up at 1 apiece. That was Bryce Harper's 32nd RBI of the season. 1-1 pitch to Schwarber, and he pulls it foul. The Padres had their backs against the wall, and they tied it up in the 9th inning off of Jeff Hoffman, who continues to struggle for the Blue Jays. The 1-2 pitch, that's going to bounce in the dirt, and it doesn't get away from the catcher, and Harper stays put at second. Hoffman's ERA now is a 5.48. He gave up 5 earned runs on Tuesday, the 13th, against the Rays. And he had 2 better outings, but he blew a save again today. The 2-2 pitch to Schwarber, swing and a miss. Got a knuckle curve, and it was at the knees. It was definitely a strike. And Marquez able to get his 3rd punch out today. That's a start, says John. He's tied for 8th in saves. He has 10, but he just blew a save. Here's the pitch to Castellanos. That should have been called a strike, but Stallings did not do a good job framing that. He sort of lost balance. And it fooled Jonathan Parra. The 1-0 pitch and Castellanos, they try to see if he went around. Did he go? No, he did not. We got a $5 super chat from our man, Renaud Stevens Jr. Shout out to Play-by-Play with JJ and the Philly family in the chat. Ring the bell. Cha-ching, you are the man. 2 balls, no strikes. And the windup and the next pitch, the Casti ground ball hit over towards the third base side. McMahon has it, throws it on the run over to first. And Castellanos is out. Harper does get an RBI double, though, to put the Phillies up 1-0, and we're heading to the bottom of the fourth. 1-0 Philadelphia. My guy, Renaud. Yes, sir. That is how you enter in to the chat. That's how you enter into the chat. Love that. Shantae, what's up, Shantae? How are you? I'm happy to see you. Haven't seen you on here in a little bit. What's up, Shantae? Saw the Orioles got postponed tonight, but I'm, again, happy to see you. We are 3 subscribers away from getting 5,800. I really want us to get to that 6,000 marker. We're so close. 3 more, man. Let's get there by the end of today. Yes, sir. Shout out to Renaud. Let's hit that heart button. If you're over on the vertical stream, I also appreciate you guys for being on. Again, I know it's a work day. It's during the middle of the week. Again, tell your bosses, tell your coworkers, your colleagues, and every single one of them about us. Saw that Daniel was on here. Of course, Daniel always has to come on and say hi. Daniel's the man. Ranger Suarez will head back out to the hill for his 4th inning of work. And obviously, this time now for on this day in Phillies history. Today is May 22nd. Listen to this. In 1890, Phillies manager Harry Wright is inexplicably struck blind. Catcher Jack Clements took his place as the first of 3 interim managers, earning a 13-6 record. Nobody knew how he went blind. Pitch is taken for a ball, and McMahon's up, and he sends this one out over to center field. Marsh was coming in for a second, then he had to jog backwards, and he caught it, and there's out number 1. So Ryan McMahon is retired. In 1976, on this day, Reggie Smith homered off of Tug McGraw to break what was a 6-6 tie with 2 outs in the 9th, giving the Cardinals what was a 7-6 victory over the Phils. Reggie hit 3 homers, 2 right-handed, and 1 on the left side, and drove in 5 during that game. Here's Brenton Doyle, and he stares at strike 1. Suarez kicks, delivers, and it's fouled back towards the screen. Then we got one more for you. After pitching in a day game in Double-A in 2014, on this day, first-round draft pick Jesse Biddle was caught in a severe hailstorm. Guys remember Jesse Biddle? 0-2. That's wide for a ball. The hailstones broke the window of his car and gave him a concussion, which led to his missing for almost 2 months of playing time. Jesse Biddle. 1-2, foul ball. One of my cousins went to school with him. Biddle's now 33 years old. He played with the Braves. He was with the Phillies organization, and then went to Seattle, spent some time with the Texas Rangers, and he played overseas too. The pitch, now it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, Brenton. Brenton. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Brenton Doyle is up. And the 2-2. Nets down for a ball. Afro Legend, what's going on? How are you? 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the payoff pitch misses inside for ball 4. Did I say Brenton? Does it sound like it's Brendan? Maybe I'm not emphasizing the T enough. Brenton. Here's Tyler Freeman. He'll show a bunt at the pitch. It's inside. The throw to second base by Marchand. And it's not in time. As Brenton Doyle gets over to second base. Well, stole one out of the book of Bryson Stott. Swipe was just a little bit late, it looked like. They're showing a lot of angles, though, of this. One-0 pitch. This one's flied out towards right field. Casty's there, makes the grab. It's not too deep for Doyle to go on over to third. Cole Winder, thanks so much for subscribing to the channel. Big Phillies fan, but I live in a state that never broadcasts Phillies games. Well, we go on, you're in luck. We go on for every Sixers, Eagles, and Phillies game. That's right, we do the 162. And we do it sort of old school radio play-by-play style as we interact with you guys. 2 gone in the bottom of the 4th. And Kyle Farmer is up. The pitch. It's inside for a ball. Steve, you never told me if I was correct. Brenton Doyle? That's what I've been saying. The 1-0 pitch. That's just down for ball 2. Two balls, no strikes. And here's the pitch. It's a 93-mile-per-hour fastball. Yeah, you're good now. I heard you say Brandon earlier. Gotcha. I was saying Brenton, but I don't think I was emphasizing the T. It was sort of like a silent. So I can understand why you thought it was Brendan. 2-1. It's inside for ball 3. Brenton. Yeah. Afro Legend says, sub now. I'll definitely be listening on in. Thanks, man. 3-1. It's down for ball 4. And so 2 base runners with 2 outs. And Rangers in a little pickle. They say that walks can be a pitcher's worst nightmare. Tell you what, I know it's a different type of a ballpark, but 21 balls, 29 strikes. It's not usually like Ranger. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's in there for a strike. My buddy was telling me this morning while we were discussing baseball, mentioned he saw the game Juan Marichal and Warren Spahn pitched a 16-inning game. Both went to distance. That's really cool. What year was that? 1 ball, 1 strike. This is Shunk, Aaron Shunk, who is at the plate. There's the 1-1, That's fouled back towards the screen. Ground roll double. The tying run's over at second. The go-ahead run's over at first. And Suarez escape. Here's the pitch. It's grounded over to shortstop. And Turner has it. Throws it over to second base. And it's a 6-4 fielder's choice to end the fourth inning. We're heading to the fifth. No runs. 2 men left. On 2 walks allowed by Ranger. But he gets out of it without a scratch. And we're going to the fifth. 1-0 Phils. Be right back. Let's go. We're going to the fifth inning. Max Kepler will lead it off for the Phillies. And Marquez kicks, fires, and throws a strike that catches the outer third of the plate. 0-1 pitch to Kepler. And he looks at a knuckle curve that's at the knees for strike 2. Larry says I have a good excuse. What's up, Larry? Happy to see you. Phillies come into today 1.5 games above the New York Mets. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, and the throw over to first from the catcher is in plenty of time. Was at the hospital for follow-up for Jen's skin craft surgery on her feet, and everything looks fantastic. Whew. That is good news. Oh, that is great news. That is awesome. Wow. The pitch is inside for a ball. That is great news. Man. I needed to hear that. 1-0 pitch. Line drive down the left field line. That's a fair ball. That's going all the way towards the corner. Towards the 347 sign. Bohm is going to get an easy double as he stands up at second base. And he looks back at the dugout and celebrates. That thing was scorched. And surprised that McMahon wasn't playing him to pull down that line. I know that Bohm likes to go the opposite way, but he can pull it down that line. And the Phillies able to take advantage, and something might be cooking in the kitchen. That's the 200th career extra base hits for the Phillies this year. That is great news. The pitch is down for a ball. Man. Our prayers have been answered. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch to Marsh. stepped inside for ball 2. You know, the one thing I do before I go to bed is I do say prayers for not only the family, but for you guys as well. Because I do care, right? I do care about you guys. 2-0 pitch. It's going to bounce in the dirt for ball 3. Marquez looking a little bit shaky here in this 5th inning. And the Phillies tack on more runs. Marquez looks back at second, back to home plate. And the 3-0 is a strike called down the pike at 95. 3-1 pitch to Marsh, and there's a line drive that's caught by the shortstop, Tovar, and he takes it back to the bag himself for an unassisted double play. And so we're going to the bottom of the 5th inning as Bohm gets doubled up. And so the Rockies are coming back up to the plate. It's still 1-0 Phils. L6 double play. Rockies are just playing good defense today. Of course, I see you guys scoring 5 runs today. Bohm giveth, Bohm taketh. I mean, he would have been doubled up anyways. Was he running on that play? Yes. But that was just bad luck. Not really much that Bohm could have done there. Hey, Brandon, just hit the ball a little bit over to the left side. Just a little bit more towards the left. You can do that, right? That's baseball. Jesse Biddle. What a guy. Jesse Biddle was a Japan Series champion back in 2022. I did not know that. So he did get a championship. He was the 27th overall pick by the Phillies. We were talking about him earlier because when we were doing On This Day in Phillies history, in 2014 on this day, Biddle was caught in a severe hailstorm, as we mentioned before, and the hailstones broke the window of his car and gave him a concussion, which led him to missing almost 2 months of playing time. So, Wes Wilson's day-to-day. Wes Wilson is day-to-day. Now, why is he day-to-day? I don't know, but that is what they are saying. They're saying that that it is a day-to-day injury for him. I can do some more research, and I should probably know. Bottom of the 5th, and the pitch. That's a foul ball. The ball is on strike. That pitch is fouled off of his knee. He left yesterday's game with a migraine. That's what it was, according to Lachlan Marsh. And she does a great job with the Philadelphia Inquirer. She's now the Phillies writer. She took over for Alex Coffey, who's now Alex is in charge of the sports features on the Philadelphia Inquirer. Jacob Stallings is getting checked out by the trainer. And, of course, Warren Schaefer as well. After fouling that pitch off of his knee. Stallings has got to be one of the tallest catchers in baseball. He's 6 feet 5 inches tall. Anybody know who the tallest catcher of all time is? According to MLB.com, Grayson Grenier, or Grainer, in the Twins organization is the tallest catcher. He's 6 feet 6 inches tall. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Stallings is back in the batter's box. And here's the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. And Ranger Suarez gets his 3rd strikeout of the ball game. It was probably like after fouling off the previous pitch, he was like, you know what, I'm just going to go sit down. Just end this at bat. Just kidding. There's a cutter that is swung on and missed. 6 feet 6 inches tall, Grayson Grainer. The pitch, swing and a miss. Six seven is the tallest in Major League history. So Grainer is the tallest catcher of all time. Here is the pitch. And that's in there for a called strike 3 to Jordan Beck. And pitch was at the knees. It was an 0-2 count. So good morning, good afternoon, and good night to Jordan Beck. Eddie Goodell is the shortest MLB player of all time. 3 feet 7 inches tall. Wow. Griner, thanks. Thanks. 2 outs, bottom of the 5th. And the pitch is lined out to left field for a base hit. Kepler plays it on the ground. And there's a 2-out single. 5,800. Let's go. Nice. Let's keep it going, man. Keep it going. So it's a 2-out single. The pitch. That's taken for a ball. They had to ban that little person and all the little people from that point on. Oh, gosh. One ball, no strikes. And the pitch. It's flat out towards center field. Marsh is there, makes the grab. And there's out number 3. We're going to the top of the 6th. It's 1-0 Phils. I'm going to try something. And I'm curious to see how this works. I'm going to test myself. In just a little bit. Not right now. But in a little bit, I'm going to test myself. Eddie Goodell had 1 at-bat in Major League Baseball and walked. His jersey number was a fraction. 3/8, I think. So wait, so that's not an at-bat. That's a plate appearance, right? Isn't that technically called a plate appearance? Because an at-bat, a walk does not count as an at-bat. Correct? Let's go. Thank you guys so much. Let's get to 6K. Let's do it. It's a plate appearance, yes. Okay, I want to make sure I get the technicality of it correctly. Correct. Okay. So did he have 1 at-bat and 2 plate appearances, or was that his only plate appearance? Career 1,000 on-base percentage. Quan, what's up, Quan? How are you? Let's end the series with a swoop. Let's go. That P probably hit really hard. Sorry about that. Rafael Marchand is up and takes high for a ball. Only 1. So you said 1 at bat. So you're wrong. He had a plate appearance. 1-0 pitch. That's flied out towards center field. And Doyle's there. Makes the grab. Bryson Stott's up. He's 0 for 2. Reached on an error back in the 4th and stole a base. So they did not call that a hit. The pitch is taken for a strike. Yeah, he's wrong. Somebody kick out Larry for being wrong. Is the 0-1 pitch. It's in there for strike 2. Stubbs would have bunted and gotten the bag. Would he have? Remember the Garrett Stubbs game last year against the Rockies? I was wrong, but did you check the tape? You said 315. Let's see the stat. And there's a fly ball hit out to right field. And on the run to make the grab is Freeman. And so 2 up, 2 down. The ebb and flow is funny. Games where the Rockies are scoring 5, the Phillies are scoring 8 or 9. Games where the Rockies are getting a goose egg, the Phillies are scoring 1. Pitch to Trey. It's down for a ball. You know, the first time I ever heard of ebb and flow was last night from Larry. Never heard that before. That's going to be a filler word now for me. 1 ball, 1 strike. German Marquez still pitching. And Turner chases after another knuckle curve. That pitch has really been his kryptonite this afternoon. 1-2 pitch to Trey. Throws another one. And Turner did not bite. Two balls, 2 strikes. And the next pitch misses low and outside. That's a 3-2 count. The Padres and the Jays are now in the 11th inning. Again, Jeff Hoffman blew another save. 3-2 pitch, and that's high for ball 4, and Trey Turner does get on with a walk. His 3rd plate appearance. And Bryce Harper is up at the plate now. Charge! The pitch to Bryce, just outside. Let's get a run home here. We don't need Paul Skeens. You have the best starting pitchers right now. The throw back to first, not in time. The pitch to Harper, it's outside for ball 2. The throw to second base. Turner dives in there safely. That was sort of like a pitch out. And Stallings not able to catch the speedster, Trey Turner. Had that bag stolen. And got his left hand in there. And the bag almost came up again. That's the 12th steal for Trey. The 2-0 pitch, swing and a miss. It's a knuckle curve that was at the knees and had a lot of good movement to it. J.D. Drew. 2-1, swing and a miss. J.D. Drew. I just realized that was your name. J.D. Drew. 0-0. How did I overlook that? Two balls, 2 strikes to Bryce Harper. And here's the pitch to Harper. Fly ball hit out over towards right field. Freeman goes back and makes the grab for out number 3. And Harper will head back to the dugout, get his gear, and go over to first base as we go to the bottom of the 6th. Still 1-0 Phillies on the RBI double from Bryce back in the 4th inning. We'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. What's up, Asia? I'll see you soon. That stretch was good. Can't lie. That was a good stretch. Y'all think that they're going to pull Ranger? No. Ranger's going to go another inning at the very least. At the very least. This is a good time for the Phillies to get a good bullpen outing. 5 innings for Ranger, 4 hits allowed, 2 walks, 4 strikeouts, and 64 pitches. He has at least another inning in him. Pitch is down for a ball. Excuse. Ranger in his last outing threw 98 pitches, so he'll go at least another 2. One ball, 1 strike. Ryan McMahon is in the batter's box, left-handed hitter for the Colorado Rockies. Suarez gets the signs from Rafael Marchand, winds up and delivers. This one's going to be laced out to right field and dropped in for a base hit. Casti plays it on 2 bounces, and McMahon gets aboard with a leadoff single. Saw a video today, says Dan Brew, that Soto is always the last person on the field for a warm-up. Each inning, like even the batter that made the last out is out there before him. Seems entitled to me. Who said it? pitch. Fouled away. Just out of curiosity, what is your source? Or where'd you see it? I mean, I'm sure you saw it on Twitter, but who posted it? The ball is 1 strike. And Suarez kicks, deals, and it's fouled back. Would that really surprise me? Not really. Random TikToker. Okay. The 0-2? That's outside for a ball. If that is true, it doesn't surprise me. One-two pitch. Here it comes. And Suarez does not get the call. Juan Soto would not make it in the NBA or WNBA with this lack of hustle. He would. He would. 2-2. Foul ball. If, again, that is the case, we've seen guys in the NBA, not take the regular season seriously. And still get paid a lot of money. 2-2 pitch. It's ripped foul. But I get what you're saying. If you're slow, then yeah, that's a little bit different. But there's a lot of players who in the NBA are kind of like that. 2-2 pitch. Here it comes. Swing and a miss. One away in the bottom of the 6th. Have a seat, Brenton Doyle. His lack of hustle makes me very sick. JJ, you watching the NBA playoffs? They're crazy. I'm watching the NBA and the NHL playoffs. Watched all the highlights last night. 1 out and the pitch, swing and a miss. I can't really say that I'm really watching these games because to me, watching the game is sitting through the full game and watching them. Have I been watching highlights? Yes. The ball is 1 strike, and the pitch is popped up towards the first base side. Harper gives it a look, has room, makes the grab. He would have. You seen how soft the NBA players are. King Ballmer. What's up, King? How are you? I don't know, man. I think because we Philly fans, we don't like the Mets players. But Soto's a great guy to have on your team. Oh, we're not saying that at all. Absolutely would we love to have a guy like Juan Soto in regards to welcoming him in with open arms. Now he's gonna have to deal with the fans, and we're gonna be, if the Mets fans are being on top of him, the Philly fans are gonna be even more harsh on him. The ball is 1 strike, 2 outs in the bottom of the 6th. The 0-1, and that's fouled. But there'd be more fair criticism. There wouldn't be guys. I mean, there'd be some guys that would say, get this man off my team already. There probably would be some, but not as many irrational fans. And you're right. Yes, he was him and Stan, I would say. But he was one of the only 2 guys that were doing anything positive for the Yankees in the World Series last year. Yes. 0-1, foul ball. The ball is 2 strikes. Suarez kicks, delivers, and it's in the dirt for a ball. I take back what I said. I've been tuning into the games when I'm working, when I'm doing my deliveries for Uber Eats and for DoorDash. I have been listening to the games. I do listen to it on XM. 1-2 pitch. It's fouled back towards the screen. I'd be furious if I saw that lack of hustle, of course. Absolutely. One ball, 2 strikes. We're in the bottom of the 6th. There's 2 gone. Suarez kicks and delivers. This one's grounded over to third base. It's picked up by Baum. He picks it up, throws it over to first. And we're heading to the top of the 7th inning. 1-0 Philadelphia. And Ranger Suarez, again, gets out of the inning. Schwarber, Castellanos, and Kepler are coming up. No question he produced for the Yankees last year, but I'm shocked by his performance so far this year. Doesn't mean that he can't turn it on, because obviously he can. My question, though, is would he be... Is he in his head? Is Juan Soto in his head? When I'm watching him at the plate, he does look like he's in his head. Here's my thoughts. Okay, you really want to hear my actual thoughts about this. Okay, Spike Eskin said this really well on the radio the other day, and I have to agree with him. Okay, and I can't take credit for this. Spike said, if I'm the Mets, right, just trade Juan back to the Yankees, right? You as a fan base have not been happy with what Juan has done. The Yankees are very salty ever since Juan left. Oh, nobody leaves the Yankees. How dare he go to our little brother and just leave the Yankees? The Mets could get a lot of talent back for him. They could. And they could be out of the financial situation that they're in. I know that they got themselves in there. But if you're the Mets, it's a win-win because you get them off your team. And again, you get a lot of draft picks. You get a lot of value back. So it's a win-win for everybody, I feel. And Spike, I thought, said it the best. I do. A bad year at the plate is one thing, but lack of effort is unforgivable. Yes. There's Kyle Schwarber in the pitch. Net is low. Schwarber singled back in the second. Marquez still pitching. And the 1-0 is in there for a strike. What do you guys think about that? Do you think Juan Soto, do you think that the Mets should trade him back to the Yankees and get a haul back for him? 1-1. That's a pie for ball 2. No, I agree with you, Afro Legend. I do agree with you. As a Phillies fan, yeah. Let him stay. Let him stay. 2-1. That's outside for ball 3. Asia says no. He produced for y'all last year, though. He produced for the Yankees. You don't get to the World Series without him. 3-1. That's a pie for a ball. And Schwarber gets on with a walk. I don't know if you get a haul for him because of the contract. Well, the Mets would have leverage, I feel. You're going to have to match that contract somehow. Here's the pitch to Castellanos, swinging a miss. Dan Bruce, shout out to you. Look at this pick. I just saw this on Twitter. You're the man. Cheers. Cheers to you. Oh, 1. It's taken in the dirt. Going to the World Series takes time. No, you're absolutely right. I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you on what really they should do. One, swing and a miss. Really, if I'm a rational fan, of course, let Juan Soto develop. It takes time. You're the best, Embrew. One-two pitch, swing and a miss. And Nick Castellanos is down on strikes. There's the first out. Blue Jays are back above 500, and they came back and beat the Padres in the 11th inning. Here's the pitch. That's low for a ball. Pitch to Kepler, line drive down the right field line. That's a fair ball. And that's going all the way over towards the right field wall. Schwarber is rounding third. And he will come on in to score. The throw is cut off, and Schwarber slides in there safely. It's an RBI double for Max Kepler. Finally, the second run of the game. I said he would get a double. Got it. And we have a mound visit. There's Jake Bird warming up in the bullpen, getting his pitch comm piece ready. Pitching coach is out there to talk to German Marquez. Let's go. My man speaking German on here. I posed Kepler with a stick and said, do stuff. Hold up, where's the bat? Where's the bat at? There it is. We'll get the bat out soon. Bohm is up. 1 out. And the pitch from Marquez. It's popped up over towards the first base side. And the first baseman, gets under. He makes the grab. That's Kyle Farmer. There's out number 2. All right. Folks, it's time to wake up some bats. Let's go. Let's wake up those bats. Marsh is up. The pitch to Marsh. He'll ground this one over to shortstop. Tavar has it, digs it up, or throws it over to first, and it's dug out by Kyle Farmer for out number 3. And we are heading to the bottom of the 7th inning. Stretch time out in Colorado. It's also trivia time. I'm going to ask you a Phillies trivia question, and if you get it right, you will hear this. If you get it wrong, you'll hear this. Okay. Let's do this. Does anybody know? Here's a good one. Does anybody know who has the most intentional walks in Phillies franchise history? Who has the most intentional walks in Phillies franchise history? This is a tougher one. Bobby Abreu. Abreu's third. Howard's second. Mike Schmidt, number one. Mike Schmidt, as a hitter, was walked 201 times. Intentionally. Ryan Howard was intentionally walked 154 times. Bobby Abreu was 94. Dick Allen, 81. And listen to this. Do you know who number 5 is? You know who number 5 is? Bob Boone. Catcher Bob Boone is 5th on the all-time Phillies list in intentional walks. Wild. Bob Boone. Bob is now 77. Ranger Suarez is going to go back out there on the hill. We're in the bottom of the 7th in the pitch. This one's popped up towards shallow right field. Stott gets under it and makes the grab for out number 1. Terry Harmon. Bob Boone. Boone was a 4-time All-Star, 7-time Gold Glover, played with the Phillies for 9 years, and then went to the California Angels from 82 to 88. And then he spent his last year with the Royals as a player. And then he managed with the Royals and with the Reds. Boom, what a great baseball family. Here's the pitch to Jacob Stallings. It's in there for strike 1. Pitchers used to bat in baseball. Well, I remember that. The ball is 1 strike in the pitch. And that is swung on and missed for strike 2. Boone often batted 8th, but would be walked to get to the 9-hitter with 2 outs. Yeah, no, I understand like the logic behind it. But you would think like, I don't know. Like you would think that Bryce Harper would have been walked a lot of times. I know that Bryce has been here since, 2019, but I don't know. Like Bob Boone, like, was that... I mean, does that surprise you that he's 5th? One ball, 2 strikes. And the windup end, the next pitch is taken down for ball 2. I don't know, I feel like that there would be others that would be up there. But it makes sense. Two balls, 2 strikes, and here's the windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 88 pitches for Suarez. Stallings goes fishing after that pitch. The windup and the next pitch. Line drive down the third base line. That's a fair ball. Kepler does get on over to it. And hustling on over to second base is Stallings. So it's a 2-out double. I feel like every time Albom dives, he misses the ball. Every time. This year. 2-out double for Jacob Stallings. And the tying run is up at the plate. It's Ezekiel Tovar. Did I say Jacob Stallings? I meant Jordan Beck. Man. Beck is at second. Tovar is up to bat. 0-1. Swing and a miss. I was looking. You know what I was doing? I was looking at the scoreboard up here. And it said Jacob Stallings was up. That was incorrect. The ball is 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. Another foul ball. This will be Rangers' last inning, most likely. His 92 pitches. Ezekiel 2 for 3 today. 0-2, it's high for a ball, and swiping third base is Jordan Beck. And it makes sense that that was Beck, because I was going to say Jacob Stallings does not have that type of speed. The 1-2 to Tovar. Outside for ball 2. The 95th pitch from Ranger. Here it comes. And it's bounced foul over towards the backstop. Phillies do lead it 2-0. Got an RBI double from Harper back in the 4th inning. And an RBI double from Max Kepler in the 7th. 2-2 pitch, and Tovar just continues the battle and stays alive. Rangers going to be 30 years old in August. Suarez gets the signs, kicks, fires, and it misses inside. This game is, what, an hour and 45 minutes old? Time called by Suarez. And Tovar stepped out of the box for a second, now steps back in. Suarez getting ready to throw. Kicks, delivers, and that's spoiled foul again. Ezekiel's just 1 for 7 against Ranger with 2 walks and 6 strikeouts. The payoff pitch outside for ball 4, and the tying run is aboard. And Rob is going to go out there, and that is going to be it for Ranger. I'm going to give him one more batter. That's just me. They didn't show if anybody was warming up in the bullpen before. So that's going to be it for Suarez. And we'll get you the new pitcher in just a few moments. Runners over at first and third are still his responsibility. All right. I need to change something. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Stay tuned. I will be right back. I have to do something real quick. Orion Kirkering is going to pitch. Still can't find this. Let's see. Hunter Goodman's up. The first pitch is popped up over towards the first base side and foul ground. Harper goes over the rail and makes the grab. And we are heading to the 8th inning. Bryce Harper with a nice catch as he was able to put his glove over the stairwell, and he got it. And we are going to the top of the 8th. Be right back. Top of the 8th inning, Phillies lead it 2-0. Let's get to 200 likes. Let's get there. Let's go. Phillies had 4 hits today. The 2 big ones were from Bryce Harper and Max Kepler. They each had an RBI double. Marchand comes up and takes a pitch that catches the outside corner in the eyes of Jonathan Parra. Jake Bird is pitching. Is a 1.86 ERA. Did not do well in his last outing, which of course was against the Phillies. 0-1 pitch, swing and a miss. Had that air that he threw over to second base. It was a bad throw. That bad throw led to a disastrous inning. 0-2 is the count. And the next pitch is outside for a ball. The 1-2 pitch. Foul ball again. Marchand today 0 for 2. Here's the 1-2 pitch from Jake Bird. It's outside for a ball. I do think that Jake Bird will be another nice right-handed arm for the Phillies to add to the pen if they wanted to get somebody not for a lot. Two balls, 2 strikes. And here's the pitch. And that's going to be in there for a called strike 3. Nice curveball thrown by Jake Bird. And Marchand just looks at it and heads back to the dugout. Pitch. That's outside for a ball. Yeah, but the Phillies are going to have to give a haul to get Mason Miller. Like that's not just like a cheap guy. That's a money arm. 1 ball, no strikes, and the pitch is taken for strike 1. The pitch to Stotts. He'll ground this one over towards the first base bag, and it's picked up by Farmer, and he's right there at the bag by the time he picks it up, and just has to tap the bag. Mason Miller for Marchand straight up. It's Howie season. Ugh. Had to yawn there. Sorry about that. Got 264 people watching. Let's get to 200 likes. We're at 161. Here's the pitch. The Trey Turner. It's in there for a strike. Bird comes set and delivers, swing and a miss. That sucks, Asia. I'm sorry about that. The ball's 2 strikes to Trey Turner. That's going to bounce in the dirt. Ouch. I'm saying ouch to you. One, two to Turner, swing and a miss. Not a good day for Trey. Not a good day for him at all. Bottom of the 8th. Not a lot of offense today for the Phillies, but they do lead it 2-0. McMahon, Doyle, and Freeman are coming up. No homers today is wild. Not a lot of offense today is wild, but I mean, did we really? I actually did expect them to hit the ball. I said 8-3 was the final score. I was wrong about that. So far. Doesn't mean that they can't do it in the 9th. This team surprises you. They're a weird bunch. They really are. It's nice to have a meaningful baseball team. It's nice to have a team that's contending. Because you know what? Not as many people are going to enjoy it when they play bad baseball. So it's really, I'm really trying to be in the moment of these games. I know I've been a little bit hard on them, and rightfully so, because we see what the talent is. We see the potential of this. They got to capitalize. But I'm also happy that we have meaningful baseball. Like, don't take me back to the Gabe Kapler era. Don't take me back to the Pete McCann era. You know, I'd rather have this. JJ, do you think that the game will ever go back to the true closer, the guy who knows his job is coming in for the 9th inning and shutting the door? Fair question. McMahon's up, and he pops this one up. It's hit out over towards the mound, and Straw makes the catch. No. And the reason why is because of fundamentals like that. Guys don't really know how to place bunts anymore. And you know why? Analytics. It's taking over the game. It's a different game. So, do I think that they'll ever go back to a traditional closer? No. Because analytics say put your best pitcher in for the 8th or the 9th inning whenever you're facing the toughest part of the lineup, which I actually think is correct more times than not. 1-0 pitch. Line drive, base hit out to left field, and a 1-out single for Doyle. Victor Bricks is a law. What's up, Frankie? Words ending in ing do not end with a K sound. I'll have to go back to the tape and see what I said. Pitch. Foul ball. Got to take care of the easy part of the schedule. June 20th to the All-Star game break is a real test. I'm with you. Strom gets set at the letters and delivers. Swinging a miss. Good cutter thrown at 88 miles per hour. It's better to have 4 or 5 really good situational arms to use at will in high leverage spots versus one guy that's only working the same inning every outing. Says Steve. The ball's 2 strikes. And the pitch, that's a foul ball. But then it also tells me that guess what? We're not going to see Mariano Rivera or Trevor Hoffman or Eric Gagne or K-Rod. You know, like these dominant closers. We're not going to see those types of guys in the Hall of Fame. You know? The ball is 2 strikes. We're not going to see those records of saves being smashed, is really what I'm trying to say. 0-2, foul ball. To me, Kenley Jansen's a Hall of Famer. And to me, Chapman's a Hall of Famer. That's from this era. Other than that, can't think of any other closer that is gonna get in. 0-2, tie for a ball. The pitch on the way. Foul ball. Strong ERA, whip saves, strikeouts per 9. That's what gets you into the Hall of Fame. Yeah, but it's not going to be as much about the saves anymore because a save is... I don't know, to me, saves are different now. The 1-2 pitch. It's going to be flied out towards right field. Casty's on the run, makes the grab, and there's 2 away. A lot of the times, right, your 9th inning pitcher gets you saves. But guess what? There have been times where the Phillies have used Jose Alvarado for the 8th inning. And that was the save situation, and they went to somebody else in the 9th. But the 8th inning was when the 3, 4, and 5 were due up in the lineup, and those were the toughest outs to get. So that's not statistically a save. You know? The pitch is up high for a ball. So what's a save now? One-zero pitch. And there's a swing and a miss. Your 8th inning guy gets you a hold. Yes, but to me, like when Jose Alvarado comes on in for the 8th inning, I'm just making this situation up here. You're facing the meat and potatoes of the lineup, right? Juan Soto, Pete Alonso, Francisco Lindor. He gets all 3 of those guys out, and they go to somebody else for the 9th. The 8th inning, to me, is now the save. One ball, 2 strikes. Farmer's in the box. Strom is pitching. Strom kicks and fires, and that's fouled off of the ankle of Farmer. You know, like back in the day, Mariano Rivera wouldn't just come on in for the 8th inning. It didn't matter who was up. Steve says, no, that's a hold. Ugh. Do you understand what I'm saying, though? 1-2. There's a fly ball hit out over towards center field. Marsh is there, makes the grab. And we're going to the 9th inning. 2-0 Phils. Strom gets out of the inning without a scratch. I just want the Phillies to get some bullpen help. I'm with you on that. That's a hold. It was a good catch. It was. Rojas makes that catch blindfolded with both arms. Right. He's saying Alvarado doesn't get a save in that situation, but he was the key reliever, so the quote-unquote save stat is less meaningful. That's what I'm saying. Yes. 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 He could be facing Lindor, Alonso, and Soto and get all 3 of those guys out, and that's not a save. That's not a quote-unquote save, even though he helped them get that quote-unquote save. Yes. That's exactly what I'm saying. Yeah, well, back in the day, they smoked cigs and drank beer in the locker rooms after every game. Well, but what does that have to do with a save? Hindsight not signing either Estevez or Hoffman ended up hurting the Phillies more. Well, look at Jeff Hoffman now. He just blew another save. He has like a 6 ERA? Hindsight not signing either Estevez or Hoffman ended up hurting the Phillies more. Now it's going to cost us prospects to get bullpen help. Yeah. Look, at the end of the day, something's gonna have to give. I still think that they should stay in-house right now, and they need to try Ranger and Mick. And then maybe at the deadline, reassess. The pitch, swing and a miss. Yeah, that's a 1-inning, no earned run, no whip. But But you're saying that you just said that saves, right, also count towards somebody's Hall of Fame status. But now he's not going to get the save because he pitched in the 8th inning and they didn't use him for the 9th. You said that counts, that you should take that into account for getting into the Hall of Fame. And so when you just look at the saves, the amount of saves that Mariano had, like, no one's going to be touching that record because now people are using their best pitchers instead of just in the 9th inning. Now they're using them in the 7th or in the 8th. And so you can't associate the best bullpen pitcher as the guy that gets you the most saves. You can't say that anymore. 2 balls, 1 strike. And the pitch from Kinley, and it's just outside for ball 3. You did. You just did. You said saves. 3-1, swing and a miss. You said strong ERA, whip, save/opportunities, and strikeouts per 9 get you into the Hall of Fame. That's exactly what you said. You included saves there. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch to Harper, fly ball hit out over towards right field. And Freeman's there, makes the grab, and there's out number 1. Glad I started this closer discussion. Makes for a good baseball talk. It does. It does. It does. I like this. 1 gone in the top of the 9th. Yeah, the save percentage, but then you're not going to get as many of those. The pitch, and that's up high for a ball. I mean, there are going to have to be new parameters for the Hall of Fame. The game is totally different than from 20 years ago. It's different than from 10 years ago. Even just 5 years ago. 1 ball, no strikes, and here's the pitch to Schwarber. It's in there for a strike. Steve says it's a ratio. Yeah, but even though it's a ratio, you get more opportunities, or the more opportunities that you get, the more important that ratio is. If the percentage is high, then that's good for the Hall of Fame. But you could be like somebody going 12 for 13 in save opportunities is totally different than like 56 for 57 or something along those lines. Like that's different. 2 balls, 1 strike. I know that's like an egregious one, but that's like what I thought of off the top of my head. 2-1. And that's inside and low for ball 3. I don't care if you get 300 saves. You had 700 opportunities. It's a good combo. I like this. 3-1 pitch to Schwarber, swing and a miss. Kinley's still pitching. Phillies lead 2-0. The 3-2 to Schwarber, and he sends it foul. Two nothing Phils. We're in the top of the 9th. There's 1 out. And the pitch to Kyle Schwarber. Rips it foul. Why do we always promote war but not peace? Schwarber's going to get a new bat. In case you are just tuning on in, the Phillies do lead at 2-0. We're in the top of the 9th. Kyle Schwarber is up at the plate. Harper had an RBI double. And Max Kepler had an RBI double as well. Here's the 3-2 pitch to Schwarber, and a good eye by Kyle as he gets on with a walk. There we go. War's the key stat these days because it takes everything into consideration. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you on that. You need the other stats, says Steve. Right, but I'm saying like that. I think that you and I agree, but we agree with like the results. I'm just saying that saves are now different. That's all I was saying. That's it. I still think that obviously a good reliever, like you said about war and all that type of stuff. Yeah, relievers are still going to get in, but it's not going to be they're going to use different metrics. It's not just the basics anymore of saves, ERA, and that type of stuff. Now it gets more into WAR. It gets more into, whiff percentage, and it gets more analytical. It's a different. You get into the Hall of Fame now with, I think, different metrics. The pitch. There's a foul ball. The ball is 1 strike to Nick Castellanos, and the pitch is outside for a ball. What are we talking about? Ranger going to the bullpen? Midnight says, I think saves will have to be taken into account for guys who happen to have them, like Kimbrel and Chapman. Kimbrel was another one I forgot. It's an official stat, but it won't be the most important stat. Yes. 1-1, it's outside. And the throw over to second base is going to get on by the second baseman. And so heading on over to third base is Yohan Rojas. So Rojas came in to pinch run for Schwarber. Didn't even see that. And Rojas had the bag stolen. Stallings threw it on into the outfield. It got on by the second baseman, Shunk. And Rojas is now at third base. There you go. That's how you play small ball. Two balls, 1 strike. And here's the pitch. And that is fouled off. That was the 6th steal for Rojas. Got like 8 quality starters. Someone should go to the pen where we need the help. And it should be Abel and Ranger. Lefty and a righty. 2-2 pitch. There's a ground ball hit over to second base. The throw over to home plate, and Rojas is out. I mean, every time the ball's just hit in the infield, a base runner for the Phillies just goes home. You steal the bag, and then you get on over to third base, and you get yourself out. That's such a slap in the face. Good throw by the second baseman, but Rojas should have stayed. Two gone in the top of the 9th. It's a fielder's choice. And Kepler is up again. The throw back to first, not in time. All right. That may have been a rally killer, but George! Here's the pitch. They try to appeal. He went around. We keep doing that against the drawn-in infield. What are they doing? Just said it. Every time it happens, they run home. Gotta be smart. Oh, 1 to Kepler. There's a ground ball that goes out to right field for a base hit. Or sorry, it's a foul ball. They just called a foul. It was a foul ball. It was foul. It was right down the right field line, the first base line. And it just hooked foul. If you were watching the game in person, it would be easier to tell rather than just wait for them to cut. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And Kepler's down on strikes. We're going to the bottom of the ninth inning. It's 2-0 Phils. No post-game show after today. Not really much to talk about. And you know what? Got to get ready for the Oakland series. These 10 o'clock start times are going to be wild. Play at 10:05 tomorrow and 10:05 on Saturday. We'll be covering those games. And, of course, Sunday, we got the 4:05 game. And then we got the Mets later that night taking on the Dodgers at 7 o'clock. I don't know how we're going to do that. Hopefully that doesn't go on into extra innings, but we might just have to do it back-to-back. It is what it is, though. We complain about dumb plays that keep on happening. You're fast, but you're not that fast, Rojas. Old Man Ferguson says you play aggressive against the Rockies. He didn't say against, but I knew what he meant. It's just annoying. It's just annoying because they do it all the time. That's what it is. If they didn't do it as many times as they did, I would say, you know what, fine. You're right. But we feel this way because it hasn't worked a lot of the times. When the infield is drawn in, they just think to themselves, well, we got to run home. We got to run home. And part of that, honestly, is on Dusty. It is. Part of that's on Dusty. That's a Dusty Wathan problem. Part of it. And obviously the players not executing. It's like the third time in the series. Yeah. All right. Nick Martini's going to pinch hit. And Jordan Romano is pitching. First pitch was fouled away. Correct. When it fails every single time, that's just... You have a right to be mad about that. 1 ball, 1 strike to Nick Martini. When the heck did we get biscuits? 1-1. There's strike 2. Now that we're seeing some crazy quarterback contracts, I'm worried about how much Jalen's third contract will cost. If there's anything you shouldn't be worried about, it's Howie Roseman managing the salary cap. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And Jordan Romano gets the first out of the inning. I like aggressiveness, and if it's close, but we lose, fine. But when it's not even close, it looks pretty bad. And when you just keep doing it all the time, it's just annoying. The pitch, here it comes. Swing and a miss. Mickey Moniak is now going to pinch hit. Warren Schaefer's like, let's just unload the bench. Our team is 8 wins. Let's go down swinging, folks. And Moniak literally swings at a pitch that's in the dirt. The ball's 2 strikes. And here's the 0-2. It's flied out towards left field. It's hooking foul. And it goes out of play. I get it that there are dumb risks sometimes, but yeah. I like it more than others. Sometimes, I guess, I don't know. But let's sweep these 4 games. Yeah. I'm with you. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. That was a high fastball at 97. 2 punch-outs for Jordan Romano on 8 pitches. And, well, the Rockies are down to their final out. Let's go. You know what that means. Here's Jordan Beck, first pitch. Should have been called a strike. It's called a ball. Wow. Beck has singled, doubled, and stolen the base today. The 1-0 pitch. This one's flied out over towards left center field. On the run is Kepler. He makes the grab, and the Phillies sweep the Rockies. 32-18 in 50 games so far this season. Ring the bell. The Philadelphia Phillies win. Yes, sir. Get the brooms out. The brooms. Yes, sir. Nice. All right. Good stuff. Very nice stuff. All right. No post-game show for me today. This was not a fun game. Okay. This was probably one of those baseball games where you were just like, just get the game over with. Last day of school type of a thing. It's an afternoon class. Right, you're just expecting the Phillies to win this game. They didn't really do a lot offensively today. Just get that W, get the sweep, and go on to the next series and beat the Oakland Athletics. And so, I'm happy that they got the win. Romano gets his 5th save of the season. Ranger pitched okay. I didn't think that he pitched bad today. He started off a little bit shaky. And I'm sure that the altitude had something to do with it. I'm not trying to make excuses for the guy. But guess what? He battled, and he was a machine, and just went through adversity and battled through it. That 1-out triple that he gave up, I thought that was going to be one of those innings where he crumbled, and he did not. Shame on me for thinking that today, but I will take that. Yeah. You didn't get a lot of offense, but you didn't really need it. And I'm praying that as the season goes on, and when they're playing against really good teams, that they don't do this. You can get away with this when you're playing against the Rockies. That's how awful the Colorado Rockies are. This might be one of the worst teams of all time. I'm not even joking. They are playing so bad. They're playing really horrible baseball. But, yeah, a win is a win. A win is a win. And let's go to Oakland and take another series. Rack up these wins right now because you're going to need them down the road. Still appreciate the grind from you, JJ. I appreciate you, Kwan. I really do. I need to rest up today. I'm not going to lie. The fatigue is starting to settle in. What's nice is that we have a late game tomorrow, and we have the rest of the night off, so that's more of like an extra 14 hours. So that's cool. That's great. I'll take that for sure. Go to Sacramento and beat those A's. Let's look at our pitching matchups for tomorrow. One word to describe that game, folks. Let me know down below. How would you describe that game? Wasn't really exciting for me, but Tomorrow, the Phillies have Zach Wheeler going up against Jeffrey Springs. Now, don't be fooled about Jeffrey Springs, okay? I'm just going to say that right now. Jeffrey Springs has had a terrific May. I'm hoping that the Phillies bring their A game tomorrow because this guy, when he pitched against the Giants, the Dodgers, and the Mariners, in all 4 of those outings combined, he's only given up 4 earned runs. He also shut out the Texas Rangers. He's a ground ball, fly ball type of a pitcher. He gets a lot of flyouts, okay? He's not going to get you a lot of punch-outs, but he's a pitch-to-contact guy. And if the Phillies are, getting fooled on a lot of things, it could be a rough night for them offensively. So tomorrow, I kind of think is a trap game for them. I do. I need them to be on their A game tomorrow with their offense. If they can bring it to Jeffrey Springs, that would be huge. Because he did not start off the season strong, but he has found a groove. He's gone 24 2/3 in the month of May and has a 1.46 ERA. I know that his ERA is at a 3.91. It was really at a 6.04 at the end of April. But that doesn't tell the full truth about this guy. Do not take this guy for granted. He's older. He's 32 years old, but he's found a groove. And they need to play good baseball tomorrow and have good at-bats against him. So that's really what I got to say. Don't be fooled by this guy. Yeah. Good going, JJ. Thank you so much. They're going to Sacramento. Yes. Not Oakland. Did I say that they're going to Oakland? Yes. They're going to Sacramento. Man, I really am tired. It's hard talking for over 3 hours on here every single day. I mean, my gosh, it's a grind. You can probably see it. Just another day at the office. A's have some pretty good players trying to make a name for themselves on an irrelevant team. Yeah. Don't be fooled by this team. Last year, the A's came into Philadelphia, if you guys remember, and Brent Rooker hit like 2 homers in a game. I think that Cameron hit 3 or Butler hit 3 homers in the game, and they just pounced us. Do not let that happen again. That was the start to me of the downfall. I know that some people say that it was the New York series when they went to London. That's when it all started. But to me, the red flags raised when they just got absolutely wiped out by the Oakland Athletics. Do not let that happen. So, can we call them the Sacks? That's funny. Just win another series. That's all that matters. Yes. Don't make it more complicated than it has to be. The Sacks. That's funny. All right. Love you all. Lavatov. Good night. Bye.